So good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm Liliana Fernandez, speaking from the northwest of Spain. First of all, I want to say thank you to EIP-AGRI for organizing these kind of things that allow us to see each other and talk about our farms. We are located in the northwest of Spain, in the border with Portugal, just when the Douro became an international river and international border. We are under the main and the biosphere protection and in a protected area called Sarribes del Duero. I'm managing 8 hectares of really old vineyard between 90 and 120 years old, and we are organic certified from the beginning. Our altitude goes in between the 700 meters in the top area that we have granitic sandy soil floors to the 300 meters in the bottom close to the river with slate and really high temperatures. We are into Mediterranean climate and we have some things like orange trees and vines. We work with autochthonous varieties. In reds, they are called Juan Garcia and Bruñal, and in whites, Puesta en Blanca on Cruz, or Puesta en Cruz and Doña Blanca. I'm for sure that you have never ever heard about those varieties before, because we are like an area in which we have an important genetic legacy to preserve. Our soils are really poor, and now I'm going to talk about how we work to preserve our area and decrease our footprint, our carbon footprint. What we are doing to achieve our carbon neutrality is there are several specific things that we do. We use less tillage and tractor passing. It's only one, and it's really short, the area that we took away. We keep the cover crops. We don't use for now introduced cover crops, but we keep the cover crops that we naturally have. As you can see in the picture, in the back, the green area, it's all natural cover crops. We don't use any irrigation and no fertilization and zero pesticides. And one of the activities that we do a lot is cutting through with weed eater, so we don't have to move the earth and we don't have to release the carbon. One thing that we started to do like a couple of years ago, and we have never seen not working in California or Australia, Portugal, or different areas of Spain, is chopping the sods that you can see in the picture here really long. We chop them and incorporate them into the soil instead of taking away of the vineyards and burning them, liberating carbon. We put it again into the soil and give a second life like a fertilizer for our land. And the local grapes are always transforming in our local winery. Only like 20 kilometers apart is the maximum distance that we have to go. So no irrigation, no fertilization, less tractor passing, and less carbon fuel use for every one of our activities are our main apportation to the neutrality of the carbon. The challenges that we are experiencing in this road is that we find few information on practical methods and techniques on how to reduce the emissions. We really want to be improving step by step, but we don't know if it's because we don't find it or because it doesn't exist. We can figure out how much vineyard keep in 1 year with the growth of the stems and the growth of the grapes, and how much is in the skins of the grapes. We don't have that numbers. I'm not saying they don't exist, but maybe there is such information and I can find it. So we probably need to work in knowledge transfer to the farmers and in more events like this and see how everyone is working and which ideas can we build together. And for the future, we're going to plant 2 more hectares in 2022. So they're going to be growing permanent crops that are going to sequester carbon. We are committed to decrease our carbon footprint in the whole process, from the vineyard to the table. So we are doing things like using natural corks, of course, and reduce the amount of glass that we have in our bottles. We use light bottles that they are more green than the heavy bottles. And we really are interested in looking for a certification process that allow us to decrease our emissions and allow us also show our clients our commitment, because it's important to have those kind of certification to differentiate you from the people that I saying they are doing something that sometimes is not even possible to do. You can find wineries that say we are 0 carbon emissions, and we can understand how that can be possible. And we keep working to preserve our unique varieties and try to stop the disappearing of those minority varieties, because we are a reduced area that they are here and only here, and we think that they are really important to preserve and to continue in the time. And thank you very much for your attention. I'm here for any question you have. Follow us on social media and expect to see you all here in Arribes.